So find yourself in a comfortable position. If your feet don't touch the floor, you can do as I do. And put your feet on blocks. And why don't you close your eyes? I like to just put my hands on my thighs and begin a deep breath in through your nose, perhaps holding for a little pause at the top. I'm just going to talk you through the first one, and then exhaling. And then over the next several breaths, just create your own pattern of inhaling, holding at the top, exhaling, today's class is slow and steady, so think of your breaths that way. Really concentrating on slowness, steadiness. Sometimes I even like to put my hand perhaps on my belly to feel that expand with the inhalation. In, out. And I would like your intention to be slow and steady today. So remember that with any of the movements that we do today, it's a very calming feeling. Maybe we can call ourselves turtles today. Slow and steady wins the race, but we are not in a race today. So, all right, you can open your eyes or you can leave them closed, and let's start our thymus tapping. Take your fingers gently on that upper part of your sternum, that breastbone, and gentle taps. The thymus is part of our immune system as well. And this is our joy point. It brings us energy. So you can do this anytime during the day. I always feel the lull in the afternoon. So I do this in the afternoon to give myself a little bit more energy. You may or may not feel tingling. You may feel a change in your breath when you do this. And then sometimes I like to take both hands and just, my thumbs are gently tapping on my lungs, being grateful for my lungs. So you do this for about a minute. Breathing calmly. And then you can scoot yourself forward in the chair. We're going to work on what we call our neutral pelvis. And it's a point within our core that is neither forward, where we compress our lower back, that's a big no-no, or hunched over. That does stretch the lower back, but that's not neutral pelvis. So if you want to come forward a little bit in the chair, and we're going to push that belly back toward the back of the chair, kind of puffing out our shoulder blades. You can keep your hands on your thighs or wherever it feels good. My tummy scrunched, core scrunched, reaching toward the back of the chair. And then you come forward, kind of lifting up out of the shoulders so as not to compress that lower lumbar area, the lower part of our back. And then do that slow and steady back and forth. Our cat and our cow positions. And some people do like to meow and move. Feeling that breath expand as we move through. It should feel really good to our spine. Nice and slow, steady movements. Notice what that does with your shoulders. Kind of puff out those shoulders. And then you bring your heart center forward, shoulders back a little bit as you come through the cow. Breathing. In a minute, we're going to find the in-between spot, and that is our neutral pelvis, working on our core. So come forward a little bit and not to the moo stage. And take your hand at the back of your head. Feel the base of your skull and push that back into your hands, excuse me. So when I say triple S, it's going to be skull, the base of your skull, your spine, and your sacrum. Lower part of that spine. I want those all in alignment. And in order to do that, you need to tighten those core muscles, those abdominals. Okay. So anytime I say, what's your triple S doing? That's what we're referring to. What is it? Skull, spine, and sacrum. Okay, good. Okay, so now we're going to start marching. We're going to lift our legs. And for those of you that have been doing this a while, what I love to do is I like to resist. When my leg comes up, I push it down, I resist to give it a little more power in those large muscles. Be aware of your breath during this. So I'm pushing down as my leg is coming up. I can hear you breathing. And then let's add the same arm with the same leg, slow and steady. We're going to work on our brain plasticity, which means as we do different things, our brain creates new patterns. When we change things up, we create new pathways. Now, here's the fun part, and I always find this a challenge. We're going to do the opposite arm with the opposite leg, like what we call toy soldier. Some of you are really good. I still can't get it. I have to stop and restart. So just notice the difference in your body. What is your core doing? Can you tighten your core a little more when we do this? And if you need to stop and catch your breath, that's perfectly fine. Slow and steady. Hands to thighs. Let's take our shoulders backwards, big circles, and feel that zipping up of your core as you lift those shoulders up and then back down. You feel your neutral pelvis when you do that. Now go forward with the shoulders, lifting out. Sometimes I like to squeeze those glutes and come up a little bit off the chair. That's part of the lower pelvis, which is also part of your core. Okay, now let's go back with the arms, and you can twist your body a little bit, but it's really important here to keep that core strong. Maintain that neutral pelvis. Now we're going to change it up. You know what I'm going to do. We're going to do one arm one way, and the other arm is going to go the other way. You'll look a little wonky, like you're off balance, but it is good for your brain. It's like playing a Sudoku. Do it. If you need to close your eyes, that's okay. Slow and steady. Now switch directions. I know. Nice job. So one is doing the backstroke, one is doing the crawl. Good job. You come to prayer and thank the Lord that we made it through that. You're still going. Okay, now we're going to work a little on our necks, okay? Let's drop our right ear to our right shoulder. If that's too much, bring your head up a little. I don't want it to create strain, but breathe through that. Stretching. And slow and steady, let's turn our nose to look at the shoulder. Don't think you'll be able to touch it. Gently look down and then gently turn to the ear again. Try to keep that shoulder down on the opposite side, gently moving through that neck. And as I said, if it's too much stretch, just bring your head up a little bit. And then come to center. Drop your left ear to the left shoulder. Oh, that feels so good. Just feel those muscles stretch out. Relax into it. And then nose, shoulder. Very gently, slowly moving through all those muscles. Ear to shoulder. Nose to shoulder. When you're ready, breathing through that. I'm hearing some crunches and creaks. Good job. Now come up to center. We're going to drop our chin to our chest and stretch out the back of that neck. Nice deep breathing. Come forward again. I'm gonna change things up today. I have not taught you this one. We're gonna go in a lateral movement. Rather than going like this, we're gonna take our head like those funky geisha people, and we're gonna move it to the right just a little bit. Center. Left. One side may be easier. Center. Right. So my chin is down, forward, center, left. Try to do it without moving the shoulders. It takes practice, but this is working that cervical, the upper area of your neck, and then where the occiput meets the atlas and the axis. The first three spinal. Some people say this helps their migraines, just moving it around gently, gently. So try to keep, sometimes what I do is I put my finger on my nose, and rather than going like this, I try to keep it straight, like my finger is moving my head. It takes a little practice because we want to go like this, and that's not the correct way. It's a lateral movement. Can anybody do those geisha deals? Me either. Anyway, okay, and let's just relax that. Let's take our bands. Everybody have a band? Use your band if you don't. Let's take it in front of us, and we're going to do our X. So this is really important for the core. You can come forward in the chair a little bit and come out. You're not going to overemphasize that diaphragm. I don't want any arch in that back. So strengthen that core, really tighten the core. Come out, X, come to the forward, and other way. And you can do it at your own pace. The one thing, slow it down when you come to the middle again. You can put as much tension on that band if you want. We're working our shoulders. We're working our core because our core is helping to stabilize us. Slow, steady. Now take and tighten up a little bit on the band. And we're drawing that line, kind of a pillar. So pull so that you have a little bit of tautness. If you want to just kind of bring palms together and go up, whichever way helps. And I'm going up. I'm not raising that much out of my shoulders, so it doesn't come way above my head. It goes in one line. My arms are straight. So you're locking the elbow. You're feeling this in that upper ab, yes? So do you see how I'm in a straight line? This whole part of my body is steady. I'm not going like this. I'm not arching in the back. Really important. We don't think we're doing much, but boy, I feel this the next day. And it depends on how much tension. So those of you that are just starting it, you don't have to put a lot of tension. So let's change whichever way you had your hands. If you had your palms together, have your palms down, maybe a fist. Try that. Come up, you feel the difference in your arms. And try to keep in that line that we're drawing, that pillar, up and down. Nice job. What's your triple S doing when you do this? One more time. Good job. Now take the band, put it under one foot. We're going to do our bicep curl. I've got handy dandy little hooks in mine. And I am going to lock my elbows in at my side. And we can come up, hold, and slow and steady, bring it back down. Watch what you do with your hands. Change up your hands a little bit. But slow and steady. Try to bring them all the way through so you're stretching out that muscle. Do you feel that? And then shorten the muscle. So your elbows are locked into your side. They're glued into my side to protect. Good. Nice breathing. When you slow it down, we're working those triceps too. Feel that? You can do this with the band on a doorknob. We've talked about that. So, okay, let's move on to our next one. Let's take our right hand behind, left hand to the right knee. Before we turn, we're gonna do what? Lift up, and I squeeze my glutes and come up about a ½ inch. You're lifting out of here, okay? And then turn to your right. Breathe. Center. Let's turn to the right again. So lift up. Feel that stretch in the side bodies, abs, and come to center. Left hand comes behind, right hand comes to left knee. Up we go, lifting up out of the core of the pelvis and turning to the left. Really twisting. Feel that opening up and come to center again. Do that again. Lift up, turn to the left again. Remember this feeling. Come to center, because we're going to do that same motion when we're standing up, and you'll see the difference all the way down the body. Okay. So let's do with our arms an elliptical figure 8, sideways figure 8. Feel the breath as we go. Are you lifting up out of the core when you do this? It should be that same motion. I'm feeling myself tighten those glutes when I'm up, down, tighten up. So you get into a pattern of that. Now open up to the side. Let's come to cactus arms. Now let's try to the left. Do you lift up before you turn? Center. Lift up. Turn. Center. Lift up. Feel a difference with just the position of the arm? Center. Lift up. And turn. Nice job. Now take the left hand, since we aren't to center it yet. Can you put it over the back of the arm? Or the back of the chair, sorry. Right arm. Right arm. Then take your other arm right in front of you. Feel that stretch. Now bring it back to center. Let's turn to whichever way you went, left. Take your other arm behind you. How's that? And then arm open in front of you. You should be lifting up before you turn so it doesn't compress that lower back. We want to protect that lower back. Feel that in your shoulder. I feel it all the way down in my side body here too. Okay, and then come to center. Nice job. Okay, take your block. We're going to pretend that we don't know how to stand. And we're going to learn how to stand properly. So when I say press, what we do is we take and we press the one block. It should be kind of a soft block, maybe bigger, so that you have a little cushion. So when I say press, we're going to press into that block. And I'll do that in certain increments. So tighten the glutes. We're going to lean forward a little bit. Press into the block as you stand. You're using your glutes all the way up, slow and steady. And if it's available to you, arms come up. Good. Press, meaning press in the block. Let's come about halfway. So tighten that core. Your bum comes toward the back wall. So you're bending those knees. Lift those toes. I want the weight in your heels. And let's come back to the chair without looking and without plopping. Your bum is going to find that chair. It knows where it is. Good, you've got your bolster. Okay, press into the block again. Let's do it a little quicker. Press into the block. Tighten the glutes. Up we go. Drop that right arm. Look to the right. So we're twisting. Feel the difference? Doing the twist, but we're opening up that shoulder. Center. Right arm comes up. Left arm comes down. Twist to the left. Center. Both arms come up. Let's come halfway. So bum comes to the back of the wall. We're pressing into that block. The reason being we're protecting that lower back. When we bend those knees, we engage the glutes. Come back up. That was a change, wasn't it? That was me. I'm working. Okay, now this time we're going to bend down halfway. We're going to take our hands and we're going to touch our knees. Simon says, touch your knees, lift your toes. Oh, exactly. But I did it, didn't I? I come back up. Hands to prayer. Come back down. Let's look to the left. Putting that up. A little bit different twist, isn't it? You're still using your core. What is your triple S doing? Come to center. Feel that in your legs. Press into the block if it hurts you. Turn to the right. Opening up. Center. I'll give you a little break. Slow and steady back to the chair as you press in the block. Okay, those of you that want to try this can. We'll act as if there's a block there. We're going to take the block, and if you want to try it, you can do this. That's okay. We'll get straps. Okay. So act as if the block is there. You're going to press in. You can still use your block between your legs if you want. Press in. We're going to come up. So this really works with our spine. Spine, sacrum, skull, all in alignment. Come back halfway. This helps keep that head up, doesn't it? Nice job, Dawn. And then slow and steady back to the chair. Our bum knows that chair is there. If we put it back there enough, slowly lower it. Nice job. I love it. Okay, what's that? Oh, tie it on. Darlene's tying it on. Okay, let's stand again as if that block is between our knees. We're going to do it slowly, pressing in, using those adductors. Slowly stand. Right arm comes down. Left leg is going to cross over the right foot. And we're going to start walking behind our chair. Okay, I like to mix it up. So take your hands on the chair. Your chair should be on the mat, at least a little bit. We'll work through sun salutation eventually. So come on your toes, Barbie toes or Ken toes. Feel the stretch in the front of your calf. And then we're going to slow and steady roll through the foot. And then come up on your heels. Feel that stretch in the back of your calf there. And then opposite again. Roll through that foot. Slow and steady up on our toes. Nice deep breath. Roll through the whole foot. Some of you are practicing without the chair. Great. Without your hands on the chair. Great balance. Roll through the foot. Come up on your toes. Nice job. And then come flat foot. Step your right foot back. You can stretch out enough so that the heel is back. The front left foot is bent. Use your pelvis as you come up. We're not going to compress that lower back. We're going to tilt it as we bring those arms up, and we're going to zip up that pelvis all the way through. Zip up the core. Good job. Feel how strong you are. Now we're going to do the balance issue with our feet. Rock back and forth on your feet. Try and have 50-50 on each foot. Do you feel that? And you can really exaggerate that, so that you make sure you've got your balance. Hands down at the side. We're going to take the left, put it on our left hand on our left knee. I'm having trouble with body parts today. Take your right arm, stick it behind you, and then look to your right. Should have equal weight on each foot. You can rock back and forth to make sure. Now rise that right hand up in the air and you revolve just a little bit more, using that core to make sure that you're not twisting that lower back. You should feel really strong. Lift a little bit of the weight off your hand on the left, so that you're not pressing too much. Right arm comes down, stand up again, hands on the chair, step your right foot forward, step the left foot back. The right foot's going to be bent. Tighten those glutes, come up. So you're zipping up out of that core. If I were to come around with that broomstick, your spine, the sacrum, the skull, I'm getting them out of order, but you know what I mean. It's a straight line, and it's all because of this good core. Good job. Take the right hand down to the side. Changing it up, ladies and gents. Take the left hand horizontal. Look to the left. Now take the left hand behind you as you twist a little at the waist, opening up that shoulder. Do you feel that? Now take the right hand out. Now, how much weight are you putting on those feet? Try to keep it 50-50. Breathing, strong body. Right hand comes back to hip. Left hand comes up in the air. Left hand comes down. Right hand comes to the right thigh. So we're bending a little bit, watching our triple S, keeping that core tight. Let's look to the left. I think that's correct, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Bring the left arm all the way up this time. You're stretching that side body, yes? So tighten that core to protect that lower back. And breathe. You should have 50-50 on each of the feet. Equal amount of weight. Getting that twist in the body and then coming back down with the arm, both hands on the chair. Let's step our right foot back in line with the left. My knees are bent. Let's come into downward dog. And what that looks like is we're going to keep our triple S. We're going to take the bum back to the wall and we're going to bend forward a little bit. Strong core. Maintaining that triple S. Tight core. Good job. Now we're going to push into the chair. As we come forward with the knees, we're going to do our plank. Straighten that body so my shoulders come down a little bit. I'm pushing down into the chair so that chair doesn't move. Straightening this whole core, whole line is tight. Feel that? Let's come back into downward dog. So you push back. Letting the bum come to the back of the wall. Lift those toes. Where's the weight? On the heels. Bring that right arm down and behind you. Palm is up. You're twisting and looking to the right. Feel that nice stretch. Bring the right arm to the chair. Left arm comes off the chair behind you. As you twist and look to the side, palm is up with the left. Is that pretty clear? Yeah, looks good. What's your triple S doing? How tight is your core? Are you just letting it hang? Breathe. And then bring the hand back to the chair. Come back through plank. Straighten again. Kind of opening this part of your body. Breathing. Step the right foot forward. Now we're going to turn. Let's bring the left foot forward too as well. Let's open our legs to goddess. So goddess is wide legs at a 45-degree angle out. I almost fell. So make sure you have your weight equal on both legs. Let's come into cactus arms. Nice deep breath. And we're going to pretend like the lower half of our body starting to be in cement. You can bend your knees a little bit to make sure that you have pretty good stability there. We're going to bring our arms up to the right. Back down, up to the left, back down, stretching out that side body. Right, thank you. I'm doing opposite, Sophie. Down, up to the left, back down, up to the right, back down, and up to the left. Good. Cactus arms again. Make sure this is strong right here, okay? Because we're going to turn and you're going to feel the difference between the twist that we did at the beginning on the chair and this one. Let's turn to our left. We're rotating. Our pelvis is trying to stay forward facing as much as possible. Feel it in the back shoulder. Come to center. Feel it in the shoulder blade. Come to right. And are you lifting up before you turn a little bit? Breathe. Do you feel that? In the shoulder blade. I don't feel it as much on that side. Come to center. Let's twist again to the right or to the left. Center. Right. Center. Good job. Okay. Hands on chair. Let's face the window. So inside foot is going to be back a little bit. Outside foot is bent. We're going to learn how to transfer our weight, okay? So right now we have equal weight on both feet. We're going to take our outside arm up. We've done this before. Here's our little bird or our half airplane. And as we transfer our weight to the outside front foot, we're going to bend a little bit from the waist. Hand is still on the chair. We're going to lift the inside foot just a little. And hand is coming horizontal on the outside. Holding. What's your triple S doing? Your head needs to come up a little bit. And then foot back down, arm up. Good job. Okay. This time we're going to add something. We're going to bring the arm all the way through. Palm will be up on the outside, okay? So transferring the weight to the front foot, the inside foot comes up. That outside arm comes all the way through, palm up. Hand can still be on the chair, or if you want to try without and balancing on that leg, that is fine. Both palms can be up or one hand can be on the chair. Really tight core. You can bend that inside foot and then come back up and the foot comes down. Nice job. Let's do it that one more time. So transferring the weight, I'm going to give you just little cues. The outside arm comes all the way through, inside foot comes up. You can bend that foot. Want to try with the hand off the chair for balance, that's fine. Both palms will be up. Arms are behind you, balancing. Feeling that foot grip all four corners. Breathing, strong core. Mindful of your triple S. And then coming back up. Good job. Yay! Turn the other way. Inside foot is going to be a little back. Outside foot. A little bit bent. Outside arm comes up. Hand is still on the chair. Let's lean and transfer our weight to the front foot. And the inside foot comes up a little. Let's just move all the way through with that outside arm now that we know what we're doing. Palm is up, hand can be on the chair. Feel that foot balance you. What's your triple S doing? Nice job, nice breathing. Strong core and come back up. Foot comes down. Nice deep breath. Let's transfer the weight to the front foot. That arm comes all the way through, the inside foot comes up, you can bend it if you need it for balance. And if you want a little challenge, you can take the hand off the chair. Palms are both up, feeling that foot grip the mat. Strong body, strong core. Triple S is in alignment. Nice job. Back up. Good job. One more time.
Is your standing leg bent or straight?
Mine was straight at that point. When you transfer it, you want it soft knee, not locked, but straight. So it'll look like this. I mean, if you want the challenge, you can bend it, but with knee problems, I would not do it. That makes sense? Okay, good question. Okay, ready? Transfer the weight. The arm comes all the way through. Soft knee. Inside foot comes up. Gripping. You can bend the inside foot. Looking forward. Strong core. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Palms up. I don't know about you, but I feel that in that glute. Grip. Breathe. Okay, let's do a little bit of a stretch. Take our right foot over on our left knee, if that's available to you. Otherwise, you can just cross over the leg. I like to sit back. I hold on to the chair till I feel that stretch in that outer hip. And you can rub it if you want to do a little self-massage, holding onto the chair while you're doing this. Strong core as well. So if you have, your gut is just hanging there, it's going to hurt your lower back. So be careful. That's where we learn. Okay. Right or left foot over the right knee. And then sit gently into it. Strong core. Stretching out that hip. Your hands off the chair if you'd like for a little balanced position. Get there pretty soon. Good job. Okay, let's stand in goddess again. We've still got several minutes. Turning out our toes. I'm just looking at the monitor, wondering what's going on here. Let's hands in front, and we're going to push to our right, pushing that wave. Try to keep that pelvis forward. Push in front of us to the left. Push again to the right. Strong core. Push to the left. Push to the right. Push to the left. Arms overhead. Take the right toes and lift them up and lean over to the left a little bit. Really stretching. Feel that nice stretch all the way from our toes all the way up. Back. Lean to the left. Or lean to the right, sorry. And left foot comes up. Leaning, reaching. Should feel really nice in that lower back. Stretching out the side body. Nice. Good. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Breathing, shoulder rolls forward. Now let's do our Niagara Falls. This is one where we're going to balance and change this up. So your outside foot, let that be a forward one. Okay. So it is, the heel of the front foot is to the back foot. It's right on our steel cord over Niagara Falls. It's in alignment. So our toe on the back foot is right and you'll have to have, if you're just starting with this, hand on chair is so much easier. Pretend as if there's a steel cord there, a steel cable. We're gonna walk over Niagara Falls. Finding our balance. So this,
Yeah,
Mary, can you mute yourself, please?
What?
You mute yourself, please?
I didn't realize this was live.
Weight on both feet. Take your balancing pole and come up. You can put your hands wherever you want. Maybe you want them up above you. Maybe you want them in prayer. Sometimes it's easier out to the side with an imaginary balancing pole. Nice job. Now we're going to walk forward without looking. If you want to put your hand on the chair, this is the first time you've done it. Transfer the weight to the front foot. Lift up the back, and without looking, place the heel at that big toe. Don't look until you place it. Equal balance. Now you can look. Are you still on the cord? Or did you fall?
Or we're wet.
Or are you wet? It's exactly right. Good job. Now transfer the weight to the front foot. I've got my balancing pole out to the side. I'm kind of away from the chair, so very slow and steady. Transferring the weight to the front, we're going to lift up the back foot and place its heel at the front toe. Now even out that balance of weight back and forth. Are you still on the cord? Transfer the weight to the front foot. Lift up the back. The heel comes to that front toe. Keeping your feet on that steel cable. And then rock back and forth to see where the weight is. Equal weight on both feet. Nice job balancing. Maybe the wind is coming, a little bit of moisture from the falls. And I see that little guy with his red flag, meaning danger, storm. So let us transfer the weight to the back foot. Without looking, take your front foot toe. Put it at the heel on that cord. And then equally transfer the weight. And again, transfer the weight to the back foot. Lifting up the front foot. The toe finds the heel. Actually, if we had a cord, we'd feel that heavy cord too. Balance. Try it one more time, walking backwards. So my weight is transferring to that back foot. Lifting up the front, the toe finds the back heel. And equal out. Boy, I stayed in the line, but I ran into my chair. Okay, good job. How'd you do? That's okay. That is a hugely difficult move. It is about balance. It's about core. It's about transferring weight. And that's why we do all those other things with them. So let's find a block if you want. We're going to work into tree. And some like a block with your tree. You can put it at any setting. You can put it at a higher setting, a medium, low. I'm going to stand on my left foot this time. You can use the chair as well. You're going to bring your knee up. And some of you like to do it on the wall too. That's perfectly fine. Whatever works, whatever you're used to. Externally rotate that hip. Open it up Put that toe on the block. I'm showing you one way. Hands can come to prayer. Really grip that foot that is the stability foot. And the biggest thing to do now is find a focus point, either in front of you on the floor, maybe up on the wall, something that's not moving. Focus your attention and quiet yourself. If you fall, get back up. If you're wobbly, that's awesome because that is creating brain plasticity. It's helping your brain to know what balance is. And then maybe some of you like to do the tree. Really strong cores. What is your triple S doing? Again, play with the wobble. It's okay to create that balance in your body, to feel what it feels like. When you're ready, come down. We need to shake out our leg. You're not that sore, are you? Let's do a little knee revolving, knee circles, big circle. Standing on your right foot. And this time I'm not going to use the block, but you certainly can. Hand can be on the chair. Find a spot on that leg. Externally rotate that knee. Find your focus point, your drishti. Something that's not moving. And then choose where your hands are. Quieting yourself, wobbling if you choose to or don't choose to. And if you fall, get back up. It's all about learning the balance in our body. We're strong bodies, strong cores. Maybe try to put yourself off balance a little bit and come back to balance again. See what that feels like. And when you're ready, come to standing again. And let's come to our chair. So let's sit in the back of it, back toward the back of the chair. You should feel really supported. My feet are in dorsiflexion, so my toes are to my nose. They're bent. Then let's point our toes, plantar flexion. Again, dorsiflexion. And sometimes it helps for people to do this because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open those toes. And I like to show it with open hands. This can be a feat in itself, no pun intended. And then talk to each toe. Just kind of wiggle them if you can. Wiggle them as we go. Maybe grip your hands. Grip your toes. Feel what that feels, that connection. It's about connection in the body. Those who do acupuncture know what that is with the energy moving. Now let's move the toes gently in circles. Hands can go in circles too. We might as well do duplicity. Now we're going to work toward our inversion where we take our feet, our knees come together, the inside of the foot goes toward the floor. I really feel it on the outside of my hips. Then let's move through that whole foot. So the sole's gonna face the floor, come to eversion, where the outside of the foot is in a down pattern. Great for our ankles. And then slow and steady, move your way through maybe the area that you think you need the most help with. We can do this watching TV, really strengthening and stretching those muscles. See me directing the fire? Can't help myself. So that's what my feet are doing, down and around. Good. Okay, shake out the feet, shake out the hands, little qigong hands. Okay, let's take our left hand and pull back. Our right arm is straight. We're going to pull back on those fingers and really stretch that. Our flexors, the lower portion of our arm. Then maybe some of you take and pull on that thumb gently. You don't get to that enough. Our thumb really, mine, really needs the help. So this fatty part, our thenar eminence, lots of strong muscles in there. Massage that as we go back and forth with that. And then let's do our wrist gap. And what that is the fingers are down. We pull gently at that wrist. Pulling out again. Breathing through that. So connect your brain with that feeling. Maybe you wiggle your fingers to really allow that to happen. And then just slow and steady, pull back on the left finger, straight arm. You feel it in those flexors below on the lower portion of your arm. Woo. Maybe work through each finger and see if you notice the difference. I sure do. Because each of them has a tendon that does something. And then once you get through each of the fingers, take your thumb and gently work. You can even do circles with your thumb joint. You need to protect those. Massage that thenar eminence. Qigong. Let's do our Garuda Mudra in a minute, crossing the arms over the body, alternate which way. One time it's up, other time it's down. What's your core doing when you do this? Are you letting it hang? Good job. Shrug those shoulders. So Garuda Mudra is where we take our fingertips, not intertwined, but we pull within the pads and the first and second knuckles. Our shoulders are going to be relaxed. And this is a ritual of sorts that imagines releasing blockages, pathways that are blocked, a sort of journey in our life or someone else in our life, a loved one that has issues that are going on that you would like to see the pathway opens. Pull, pull, pull just as hard as you can. And imagine that rock just rolling away from the pathway front. Please brush off the arms gently, both arms. And then if you can remember which way you had them grasp, do the opposite way. Pulling Sometimes I just like to close my eyes, visualize that beautiful pathway with a huge jagged rock moving out of the way. Breathing, rolling, feeling the tension in that upper arm, perhaps the chest, and release. Brush off your arms. Good job. Give your thighs, the front of your thighs a little rub. Give your lower back a little rub up into the kidney area, so it's up this way. Giving us some energy. And take your fingertips to the back of your neck and just interlace them and allow that head to just sit back in there as if you're just letting go. Breathing slow and steady. As we look to this day ahead, remember those words. Create your pathway. Slow and steady. Hands to your legs. Light in me greets the light in you this day.